Hello, it's your old friend Michael Chabon, and I'm here for story time. How are you? I'm happy to be back. And before we start our really fun story today, I just want to say hi to some of my young human friends who have reached out to tell me they like hearing the stories. So, hi, Finn. Hi, Hudson. Hi, Charlotte Rose. Hi, Owen. Hi, Lucy. I'm glad you're listening, and I got a great one for you and for everybody today. It's called Crictor by Tomi Ungerer. And this is one that I discovered in the library when I was a kid and fell in love with and got for my kids when they were small. And here's a new copy of it. And I hope you enjoy it. It's written by and illustrated by Tomi Ungerer. There's the title page. Once upon a time, in a little French town, lived an old lady whose name was Madame Louise Baudot. Let's have a look at Madame Louise. There she is, the old French lady. She had one son who was in Africa studying reptiles. You know what reptiles are, right? These particular reptiles he's studying are snakes. Can you see them? That's Madame Baudot's son. One morning, the mailman brought her a peculiar O-shaped box. There's the French postman on his bicycle, a little doggy. And there's the O-shaped box. And there's Madame Baudot. Let's get in close so we can really see. She's putting up her, this is called a pince-nez. Or pince-nez. And it's like little glasses on a stick. So she can see. What do you think's in that O-shaped box? Any guesses? Madame Baudot screamed when she opened it. It was a snake her son had sent her for her birthday. Well, look at that. Oh my goodness, poor Madame Baudot. Look at her screaming. And there's the snake. To make sure it was not a poisonous snake, she went to the zoo. She identified it as a boa constrictor. So she called her animal Crictor. She went to the reptile house at the zoo, the very kind of old-fashioned zoo. There she is, making sure that it's not a poisonous snake, and it's not. It's a boa constrictor. They don't have venom. Look at that little boy in his sailor suit. Madame Baudot mothered her new pet, feeding it bottles of milk. Look at that. He's nursing the snake with a bottle of milk. I didn't know snakes liked milk. Can you see? She bought palm trees so Crictor would feel really at home. As dogs do when they're happy, he wagged his tail. See, Crictor? Here's the palm tree she bought in a pot so he'd feel at home. And look, see the tail? Those lines mean that he's wagging it. Well fed, Crictor grew longer and longer and stronger and stronger. Look at her measuring him to see just how long he's gotten. The boa followed his mistress when she went shopping. Everyone was astonished. Look at that. There's an old lady walking her snake on a leash, and when he's carrying her parcels, whatever she bought when she was shopping, he's carrying it. When you buy things in France, in stores, they often tie them up in little packages like that. So everything looks like a present, even when you just buy some cheese at the cheese shop. Madame Baudot knitted a long woolen sweater for her pet to wear on cold days. Look at that. She's knitting a sweater for a snake. And meanwhile, look what Crictor's doing for her. He's being her book holder so she can read while she's knitting. That's handy. Crictor also had a warm, comfortable bed. There he would dream happily under his palm trees. This is one of my favorite pictures in the whole book. Look at Crictor's bed. It's so long, right? Long and skinny. Just like a snake would need if he wanted to stretch out. And all the plants to remind him of his native environment. In the winter, it was fun for Crictor to wriggle in the snow. Look, he's got not just a warm sweater to wear, but also a warm little beanie with a pom-pom. In the snow. Madame Baudot taught at the public school. One day, she decided to take Crictor to her classes. Look at that. See, she's a school teacher. And look who's sitting right there in the front row of the classroom. Crictor. And the children seem a little bit, they don't seem to mind, do they? Soon, Crictor learned to shape the alphabet in his own way. S as in snake. Look here, I'm just going to show you. S as in snake. E as in elephant. N as in nothing. O as in oak. L as in lion. M as in man. G as in glass. W as in whale. Look at that. That's a pretty smart snake, isn't it? He could count too, forming figures. Look at this. 2 for your 2 hands. 3 for the 3 little pigs. 4 for the, for the 4 legs of a dog. 2, 3, 4, see, Crictor. 5 for your 5 fingers. 6 for the 6 legs of a bug. 7 for the 7 dwarfs. 8 for the 8 arms of the octopus. Look, Crictor can bend himself into all those shapes. The boa liked to play with little boys and little girls too. Now, this is a long time ago when people were silly and thought there were only certain kinds of games for boys and other kinds of games for girls. But here he is. What's he doing here? He's making himself a slide for the boys. And here, he's making himself into a jump rope for those girls who are jumping rope. I used to like to play jump rope when I was a boy. I was never very good at it, though. He helped the Boy Scouts learn to tie knots. Look at that. They're practicing their knot tying using Crictor. Crictor was a helpful snake. Look what's happening in this picture. Their kite got caught in the telephone wires. Crictor shinnied up this pole and is helping them get their kite down. Look at the little girls pulling a little toy bear in a wagon. One day, In a sidewalk cafe, Madame Baudot heard from a friend at the next table that there had been a series of thefts in the town. Someone was robbing people, a robber. Stealing things. See, here they are at the cafe. Madame Baudot and Crictor. He's enjoying, looks like a cold drink. And there's her friend telling her what he's reading in the newspaper. There have been burglaries. I think you can see what's coming on this page. That very night, the burglar broke into her apartment. There's the burglar. Madame Baudot was already gagged, means had something tied in her mouth so she couldn't yell for help, and tied to a chair when the faithful boa awoke and furiously attacked the burglar. The villain's terrified shrieks awoke the neighbors. Look, see the burglar. He tied up the old lady. He gagged her mouth so she couldn't yell. He was trying to rob her, but look who came to save the day. Crictor remained coiled around him until the police arrived. For his bravery, a nice medal was awarded to the heroic snake. Look, they gave him a medal. I think they like to give medals in France in the old days. Look at this. This general is pinning a medal, or it's tying a medal around Crictor for being so brave. Crictor even inspired the local sculptor to make a statue in his honor. Wow, they are just really happy about Crictor saving the old lady, aren't they? They made a huge statue, see? And that says Crictor. And the city dedicated a park to him. Loved and respected by the entire village, Crictor lived a long and happy life. Look. The park, it says Park Crictor. The park's named after him. And look there, there he goes. There's the old lady, and there's Crictor following along behind. And that's the end of Crictor. I hope you enjoyed it. I sure enjoyed reading it to you. And I'll see you again tomorrow with another story for story time. Until then, stay safe, be kind, have fun. Bye.